Today, for solo thoughts, I wanted to discuss my favorite runbacks in Dark Souls. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to remember through listing the boss fights in Dark Souls. I recently did a Soul Level 1 playthrough, so this is still a bit fresh. I was going to do Demon Souls. However, I haven't been refreshed on the King Allant runback. So, we're going to start with the Assailant Silent Demon. And of course, I'm going to try to keep this at 10 minutes. I know I couldn't do that last time, so apologize for that. So, anyway. Silent Demon is okay. Of course, you start out with the bonfire at before the big iron doors, and all you gotta do is just simply run upstairs and take care of a dregling or a hollow, whatever. Yeah, they're called hollows in Dark Souls. And then you got this very narrow pathway where you have to either kill them or lure them out. And then you also got a bow and arrow hollow shooting at you. And so you just deal with them. It's not really that intriguing. It's not really that fun for me personally. So I'm not doing a tier list or anything like that. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going through these. So it's not my favorite one. In fact, it's just rather boring and very forgettable, except for that one little narrow passage with the hollows. The Bell Gargoyles is actually definitely one of my favorites because they give you a ton of hollows, but it actually works extremely well as long as you just head straight in. And I believe you have to definitely kind of regulate your speed so you're not caught with the dregling that blocks the doorway because you cannot squeeze in on the left or right side. So you definitely got to be very careful. Then you can go upstairs and just, if you want to, you can turn around and just knock them out. And then you can carry on. It's not the most interesting run back, but definitely one that I remember a lot. The Capra demon definitely feels like a chore after a while. You can also you can approach it from different angles. Personally, I like starting at the Firelink Shrine, going through the sewers, where you unlock the gate from the other side, and then spiral down the stairs, deal with the little ninja guys, and then a couple dogs. Yeah, it's very problematic. However, it's whatever. I'm not a big Capra Demon fan. I usually just kind of go in and get it done, and so it's not really a very enjoyable part of the game for me personally. It's just more of an annoyance because it's an annoying boss fight. You gotta deal with annoying enemies. I just don't like dog enemies, and plus I don't like the ninja guys because they're just kind of all over the place. But I would much rather deal with the ninja enemies than the dog enemies. Cecil's Discharge. There's nothing to it. You just go down a route and that's it. Just nothing very intriguing or just, yeah, like I said, you just go down a giant route and that's it. the Oh, wait a minute, sorry. See, I got it mixed up. I meant the centipede demon. That's what I meant. Was you go down a giant route and that's it. And the ceaseless discharge isn't that much either. You just basically just run past all these parasite guys and just go over a bridge and that's it. So there's really nothing memorable about that. Nothing complicated or nothing very entertaining in terms of challenge. Chaos Witch Quelaag. I I do find it thrilling, but it's not exactly, definitely not my favorite run back. I don't like going through sludge. I don't like my character slowing down because of something. And like I said, I mean, I like the thrill of going through there, but it seems like it's never really, maybe every once in a while I'll get tagged by a giant throwing a boulder, but that's really about it. It's just, you also get poisoned. You gotta cure yourself at the very end. It's just more of an annoyance than anything. Crossbreed Priscilla. Let's see if I can try to remember this. This one is just not memorable to me at all. I mean, of course, you got to start at the very beginning. There's only one bonfire in the in this area. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. Painting of Ariandel. Yes. I hope I'm not getting it mixed up with the DLC from Dark Souls 3. So I'm just gonna go with Painting of Ariandel. So yeah, you just pretty much just run straight. The only really biggest conflict is just at the end where you got to deal with the hollows and the knight. However, it's just you either get through it very well or you don't. I don't really have any specifics on the maneuvering through, but like I said, it's very ordinary. Dark Sun Gwyn, there's nothing there. Your bonfire is smack right in front of the fog gate, so that one's boring. A Demon Fire Sage I kind of like because there's actually a really fun maneuvering, especially with the Taurus demon. When he jumps at the right moment, you can go right between his legs, and I find that really fun. However, it's just there's not a whole lot to it. You just basically just run down the steps and just go underneath the Taurus demon leg, but that's pretty much the only quality I enjoy from it. The Four Kings. Ooh, now this is definitely a run back. So you got to deal with the ghost, but you don't have to equip the what's it called? Whatever the item is, the consumable that allows you to kill the ghost. You don't even have to bother with that. You can just run straight there. There is a chance you might get tagged by them, but there is a path that allows you to skip most of them. However, you just kind of got to really know how to run around. But it's a very thrilling, very risky run back. You also got to deal with the Dark Graves, I believe. Sorry, I'm just forgetting names right now. I just don't look at their names all the time. And so you don't have to kill anything. You can just run straight there. However, the ghost can actually go through the walls past the fog gate and tag you. Also, the Dark Wraiths could use a thrusting attack. That's why you got to just keep going. You cannot slow down. You just got to go. Got to just do a dead line straight to the fog gate, and it's fun. It's definitely. I think it is definitely one of my favorite ones because it actually doesn't seem to bother me because there's a lot of great platforming with it. The Gaping Dragon, there's nothing very interesting about that one. You basically just go down a staircase and then open up a door down another staircase. If I'm remembering that correctly, I always get those two platforms, those two sections confused, and then you might have to deal with a rat or a slug, but there's nothing. They usually don't bother you, and you just go straight there. Like I said, just nothing. Great Grey Wolf Sith. So unless the mushrooms are, you can pretty much just avoid the mushrooms entirely and they won't bother you. So you do have to run from the bonfire before the Taurus door, and then just run straight there. You might have some ghosts that follow you, so you kind of have to maneuver around so you don't get tagged by them. I think the one with the axe generally keeps up on you, so you just kind of run straight there. And the mushroom, like I said, the mushroom guys, unless you just kind of get involved with them, purposely, they're not going to mess with you. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, I love this one. I know it might seem very simple, but I love maneuvering around the Great Knights, making sure that you wrap around them and kind of bait them a little bit, maybe parry the one on the bridge if you want to. It's really fun, really thrilling. Definitely one of my favorite runbacks. Is a lot more fun than the boss fight itself, I think, in my opinion. Iron Golem. It depends on which bonfire you do want to hit. So a lot of people, especially a lot of newcomers, miss the bonfire. So it's not really that. Any bonfire is really not that bad because once you unlock the cages, it takes you straight up there. So really, you can just go where the undead parish is. Where the blacksmith is, and pretty much just head straight there. That's probably the best path, really. But like I said, it really doesn't matter too much. It just depends on what kind of platforming and enemies you want to deal with. I personally like to deal with the snakes and go up the cage. That's very thrilling to me, and I think that's really it. But it's not my favorite one, but still just definitely a little bit above average. Moonlight Butterfly, there's really, unless you're just the Stone Guardians, I believe that's what they're called. They do this little effect where they kind of seize you. You can only walk, and that's just really annoying. So there's really nothing special about that I like. Grave Lord Nito, I do like this one. I do like this run back. There's not really. You do have to run. Basically, it is a very long run back, same as Four Kings, where you have to go through the entirety of the dark section. Well, not the entirety, but the remaining half of the dark section. And once you get used to the Tomb of the Giants, you don't even need the lantern anymore, so you can just run straight through the top. You don't even have to go down through any of the tunnels and just drop straight to the path that's pretty much in the light, illuminated area. So you don't have to worry about a lantern at all. It's just it's actually a very unique find. I don't really see a whole lot of people using it. I don't know, maybe I did see one person use it, but it's actually a very useful tip. If you don't want to use the lantern, just run straight across. You still got to go past those horrifying dog skeletons, but that's it. But yeah, I love that one. Then you also got the pillar skeletons you got to run by, and you got the little trick scenario where one of the skeleton pillars lowers and the giant skeletons are shooting arrows at you. It's a very fun trick, and it's not recognized enough. Ornstein and Smo, I love this one just based on the platforming section where you can jump off the steps onto the right path. I love that very much. There's not a whole lot of enemy interaction. You got to deal with the giant Golem Knights, whatever they're called. So it's not. It's only just fun for that one platforming jump, and that's it. pinwheel, you got to deal with the annoying bone wheel skeletons. So I'm not a fan of it. You can just spawn in at the little skeleton blacksmith and then run straight to the fog gate, but you have to worry about the bone wheel skeletons, and they're just an annoyance. And I couldn't even tell you. I think I just pretty much just run and hope that they don't bother me. I think that's generally how I usually do it. See the Scaleless. So see the Scaleless is actually fun in terms of platforming. Not a whole lot of enemy interaction except for the golems, which they can be fun to play around. So I don't know. It's not really one of my favorites, but it's just fun from a platforming standpoint. But it can also get very slippery and inconsistent. Well, at least feel inconsistent just because of just the weird platforming detection areas. And of course, you got the hidden paths that are revealed by the snowflakes. Stray Demon, it's very much the same as the Asylum Demon. You just got a bonfire right there, so it's just not a big deal. Taurus Demon, I really like this one. This is definitely one of my favorites. I love how many hollows you got to deal with, the maneuvering you got to get past, especially with the flaming barrel that only happens once, unfortunately. And so there's a lot going on, and I really appreciate it. It's definitely a very underappreciated run back, because there's a lot that can go wrong. You got to make sure you hit everything precise, and I really enjoy it. The Bed of Chaos. Bed of Chaos, you got to use the lava ring unless you just want to die really quickly. I mean, of course you got to use the lava ring. I don't think you can get through it unless you have a ton of health. But so there's nothing too risky. I mean, of course, like I said before, you do need the lava ring, or it's just not going to work. Other than that, everything can be just ran right by. You can bypass everything. You don't have any conflicting enemies to deal with. You do have an invader that comes in, but it's not really a big deal. Once you kill them, it's over with. They don't come back. So we got the DLC bosses real quick. Let's see. Wait, what are the mini bosses? Ah, heck. Well, these don't count. I'll have to look at those some other time. I didn't realize there was a section for that. Taurus the Abyss Watcher is a very boring one. Nothing very interesting. You do have to deal with the little guard. Little what are they called? Just whatever with the spears. They just kind of, you have to deal with two of them, I believe, and whatever. It's just pretty much a straight path to an elevator, and then you're bam, you're at the fog gate, and that's it. Black Dragon Calamite. Actually, I think that's one of my favorite ones, because I know I said previously that I hate dogs, but actually finding an artistic way to really kill all of them while getting to Calamite, you pretty much have to force yourself to really know how to kill these dogs, and I really have to appreciate the Black Dragon Calamite run back for that. So yeah, I think just it seems very basic, but I have a kind of I guess I got a soft spot for it. Manus for the Abyss, I love it for the little bit of platforming, and also you pretty much have to kill the little sorcerer, demon creature, whatever. It's actually where I first saw my first Vagrant. It's not my favorite run back, but it's definitely notable. And so the last one the last one is Sanctuary Guardian, and there's nothing. Your bonfire appears right there in front of the fog gate, so nothing. So yeah, to reference back, Black Dragon Calamite is up there in my favorite category. Yeah, one of my favorites. The Bill Gargoyle. I'll go ahead and throw. No, did I just bash that one? I was thinking I'd probably bash the Chaos Witch. I don't know. I have a love and hate relationship with the Quelaag run back. Definitely the Four Kings. Definitely goes up there. And let's see. And why not Iron Golem and Gravelord Nito. And of course the Taurus Demon. Yeah, I really like those. So anyway, hope you really enjoyed that insight. And I wanted to go in deeper about runbacks and level designs, but like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to condense a lot of this stuff in 10 minutes if I possibly can. As you can tell, I'm trying to squeeze in as much as I possibly can. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next topic.